Good evening, and thank you for coming back to my channel. This is ziainspiration coming with you with a new video. I'm going to be doing something a little different with this video, something that just came as an idea earlier this year that I wanted to try for the fact that, I started this channel earlier on this year, and now that we're in the month of December, I was doing a lot of reflecting of the past year, thinking of New Year's resolutions. And something that I always remember that came to me earlier this year was I wanted to try is doing a 30-day challenge. What I talk a lot about on this channel are things that have helped me in dealing with a loved one that has an addiction. And one of my videos where I was MIA for a while, and I came back and I was I was practicing what I preach. Everything that I mention on this channel are things that have helped me, and I just hope that it helps somebody else. One thing that I have had to do a lot when dealing with my loved one is where I've had to do the different things that I mentioned, where it's you take care of yourself, number one. That's the first thing. You start recognizing the manipulations, certain things. You start setting boundaries. You stop enabling, and just how the different processes that kind of come in. And again, some people are going to experience certain things a little bit differently, depending on your circumstance and just how you are as a person. We're all individual. We all experience things differently, and we all need to embrace those. One thing that I did when I was going through my healing, I kind of call it learning, researching, all of that kind of stuff, was I had to, we talk a lot about where you got to take care of yourself first. That's the first thing that you do, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to help and take care of your loved one. They are going through their own process and their own things that they are dealing with on their own, that unfortunately, though that we love them, that we want to help them, sometimes we do a lot of more harm than good. And so during this kind of process, it's a lot of times we have to come into that acceptance and just that honesty with ourselves, that sometimes we have to be careful because we may become addicted ourselves to our loved one, to their illness, because we love and care for them so much that we're wanting to help them and get them better. A lot of times that a lot of those situations put us in a situation where we start becoming the ones where we have to do those same exact steps. We have to let go. We have to accept. We have to realize that we didn't cause it. We can't cure it, and we can't control it. And we have to start utilizing a lot of those tools that I mentioned in my Naranon video that I have on this channel. And a lot of times that's a really hard thing for someone to hear. It's that you might actually be addicted to your loved one. You might actually be addicted to your loved one's addiction. And learning how to fix that, where it's okay, and then you kind of start putting your perspective into your loved one situation of how hard is that for them to help their illness. It helps you kind of put that reflection and be okay, because so the next time that you want to call them and check on them, the next time you're going to go and check on their phone bills and see who's they're calling or who they're texting, or going on their social media to see what they're doing. Some people, I've heard go through extremes of going into their house and following them, or certain situations like that, or asking friends or other people that are around them what's going on. Every time that you have an urge to do that, coming to that realization and be able to stop. And so this is kind of where the idea kind of came in. For myself, where I had to go through that process, I had to kind of be okay, this is not helping me at all. Being worried about what he's doing, or, that kind of thing, playing detective almost. I'm taking the focus off of me and I'm still putting it on him. And so every time that I was tempted, or, to having just that realization and just making myself stop. You know, that's one process in it. For me, it was also like, now that New Year's is coming up, you know, everyone might be setting like, you know, New Year's resolutions and things like that. And, you know, things, you know, you hear people are like, you know, I'm going to start dieting, I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to do XYZ, I'm going to start, you know, you make your list. And so, one of the things I wanted to do, like, that's why I'm putting it on here now, to kind of, for people to kind of start thinking about what that might be, finding something that is very close and intimate to you on a day-to-day basis. And so that could be anything. That could be TV, that could be social media, that could be a certain food or drink that you love and that you would find very hard to stop doing that. And so I'm just going to do a 30-day challenge just to help put that perspective for ourselves, to see like how hard it is for us to like undo certain patterns, and just kind of just get that wheel turning to help that put that perspective onto the situation dealing with addiction as a whole. Because even if you might not be addicted to like a narcotic or to like alcohol or porn or whatever other, you know, addictions that are out there, people can be addicted to day-to-day things that are not as frowned upon, you know, where it's like, you know, I mentioned social media earlier. That is a huge one. A lot of people are so much dedicated to their phones or to like social media avenues where they can't imagine leaving the house without their phone. They can't imagine not ever going onto their Facebook status and checking to see like what's going on. And so that's what I really want, you know, people to like focus on with this challenge, is to find that one thing where you realize that you're doing all the time, and you might be consciously aware that this might not be a really good thing. You know, you doing this thing so often might not be the best in your best interest, you know, at hand, and that some things might improve in your life if you did quit that one thing. And so again, I'm not going to say like it has to be like forever. It doesn't have to even be the full 30 days if you want to do it just for like a week or a couple days or whatever you're wanting to, or if you want to even go longer to try and see if you can do that. You know, I would say then more power to you, and just kind of just go by what you feel would be the best situation, but also be fully honest with yourself. So I'm going to just put this video so that people can start thinking about maybe what can they do to quit for an extended amount of time. Again, I'm going to call it the 30-day challenge. I haven't thought about how ways to, you know, follow up. So I would love to get people's feedbacks and see like how they're doing, and just being like, wow, it's only been like 2 days and I'm having a really hard time right now, you know, that kind of thing. And just giving that extra support. Or it could be something that if you don't feel like sharing, it could be something just personal to yourself. You can, you know, journal about it, or just, you know, just have it just for your own little personal challenge, just to kind of have that perspective and to have that point of view coming from someone that's having to quit something that they know that is not for their best interest or their best good, or you might be the best health. You know, maybe like there might be something that we're eating or drinking that's not good for us to do extensively, you know, like on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, so you guys, I'm sending so much love. Know that you guys are doing such a good job. Just take it day by day. You know, sending all my love and blessings and prayers during this holiday season. I know it is extremely hard going through the holidays when you have a loved one dealing with this illness, but know that you're not alone. I'm here if you guys ever need any feedback or anything. But again, I just wanted to just kind of put this thought and idea out, and then kind of go from there. So you guys take care.